Hi there, hope you're having a good day and welcome back to another comparison video. I actually wasn't going to do a comparison for this one because of the similarities, and also their performance level is really about the same to me. But let's still talk about it. I'll go over each performance aspect and also let you know which one I think is better overall. And that is between the Puma MB.01 and the MB.02. So price-wise, they only raised it by $5. The MB.01 was $125 retail, and the MB.02 is $130. Honestly, I've been pretty happy with Puma's pricing for the most part, and their hoop shoes mostly had good performance too. And I remember as one of your comments in my MB.02 video said, the biggest improvement from 1 to 2 was availability. I completely agree. Most colorways of the MB.01 sold out fast. They were popular, but I think it has something to do with the stock size too. This time, the launch colorway was a lot easier to get. There's a blue one coming up, which I think is really cool, and they should be doing a Rick and Morty's mismatch colorway again. Very quick, just on how they look, I personally like the MB.01 better, but I'll let you guys be the judge on that. And let's get into the most important part, which is how they perform on the court. Starting off with the cushioning, both versions feature the Puma Nitro foam, and the midsole is soft and responsive on both. In terms of comfort level and how the Nitro foam feels underneath your feet, the 1 and 2 are very similar. I wouldn't consider either one to be a very bouncy shoe, but impact protection is a strong aspect of this setup. And on the MB.02, I felt like shock absorption and landing were even a little bit better. With the traction, both work really well in the indoor gym. I personally didn't have any issues playing in either one. I know that some people had different experiences with the MB.01 traction. Here I do have to mention that most colorways had the translucent outsole, and that worked better than the solid rubber outsole on the Galaxy colorway. Dust pickup is probably the biggest downside of this shoe. It was already a problem on the MB.01, and on the MB.02 outsole, it was even harder to wipe off the dust from my experience. So keep that in mind if you normally play on a dusty court. The MB.02 did not improve in this aspect. Both of them fit true to size. They're the same fit really, and same amount of room inside. The MB.02 was harder to put on at first. Like I had to loosen up a couple eyelets, but that was really the only difference. And I'm not saying that the MB.02 was harder to break in. They actually both require very little break-in time. Materials, I just think the MB.01 is better. The shiny fuse overlaying the upper on the 2 with those wing patterns on top, I'm not a huge fan of that. And they do feel kind of cheap or plasticky in hand. They're about the same weight. The MB.02 is a little bit lighter for about just 12 to 15 grams, so it's not a difference that you'll feel on the court. Compared to other hoop shoes out there, the MB.1 and 2 are going to be slightly heavier than average. But to me, it was just fine, and just a comfortable feeling on feet with no stiffness to it causing any foot pains. Overall, like I said, this is a comparison that involves quite a few ties, because why change the features that work really well on the first model, right? But if I have to pick, I'll probably take the MB.01 for the better core feel. They're just a little bit more low to the ground, and the materials were better to me. The first version was also easier to put on, but you get the idea. In general, they didn't change all too much. I think there will be an MB.02 low as well, so looking forward to that. Let me know which one of these you like better down in the comments. I've also been testing a new Puma budget shoe that you probably never heard of yet, so stay tuned for a video coming up on that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.